Game on. Brought to you in part by St. Croix Rods, best rods on earth. Ardent, rule the water. Now that's why they call me the Extreme Angler. Strike King Lure Company, gearing up champions for over 40 years. This week on Extreme Angler TV. I'd say, you see what I mean? That's a bit more like it.
I'm Strike King Pro Luke Estel. Today I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorite baits, the Strike King Series 5.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to another Extreme Angler TV. You're not going to believe this. It's early August, and last night the temperatures went down to 9 degrees. That's 9 degrees Celsius, okay? So it's still about 50, less than 50, about 45 degrees or so. That's cold for August. I don't care where you live. And when that happens, sometimes those fish can go in a funk, meaning they don't want to smash the top waters. You might have to trigger them with twitch baits and things like that, using jerk baits, you know, just ripping things. But what I'm going to do is something a little bit different and trickier. You've seen it before in Extreme Angler. Tone down some of my soft plastics, smaller versions, baby versions, 3-inch versions. So that means lighter weights, in this case, sliding tungsten sinker, but smaller. I'm going to go in the same places that I normally go to looking for largemouth and smallmouth. Where's that? Heavy cover. You know what? When it gets cold, two things fish do. They don't totally shut off, but sometimes they go into heavier bush, logs, rock, things that could hold heat, or they go out and suspend on edges and ledges and stuff. I'm going to go shallow because I still have to do that because it is still summer. But I'm going to tone down the sizes, use the medium heavy to heavy action rods, maybe some braid, heavy fluorocarbon, and put that bait in the same spots, but with a toned down version, so they don't have to have a big meal. They can just open their mouth and eat the snack and get caught. Let's see if it can happen. Now, as for the size of the baits, I'm going to show you how that little 3-inch rodent looks. I've got it rigged a little 3-aught, okay? Real small presentation, but real soft baits. Hook comes out as soon as the fish grabs that thing and let him eat it. Smaller tungsten sinker, sliding, 20-pound fluorocarbon, 7-foot and 6'6", medium heavy rods. The Ardents, official flage. But here's the 3-inch I'm going to use today. That's the regular 4-inch, okay? Again, it's not over intimidating, okay? The smaller bait, I think, is going to give me a bit more confidence that they'll see it, they'll just take a chance, suck it in, eat it, hold on to it, won't let it go. Now what I'm looking for too is some isolated weed beds. Use a sonar in the front, drive to them with the back. I got waypoints. I'm looking for weed beds, shoal edges, single rocks, weed, and that kind of stuff. And I'm fishing this bait the same way I would a jig, a big rodent, a game hog, or a craw, but it's a smaller, easier to eat presentation. And working it, hopping it, dancing it, I just want them to see it. Hence, the green pumpkin with the chartreuse belly, summer craw. I don't know if crayfish are that color in summer, but I'll tell you what, if the fish see this, that's all I want, is them to see it. And I'll present it in a way that they'll have to eat it, because I'll slow it down, put it right inside their kitchen. Let's see. Come on, fishy, fishy. I'd say, you see what I mean? And that's a bit more like it. That's what the small rodent can do right there. Look at the hook penetration too. Look where you got it. Let him stop. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There you see that? That's what I mean, right there. Look at the hook. Look at it, X point, right through the right spot. You got it. But you gotta just fish slow. Take your time. Put it in the right spots. I'm gonna put them in there, see what kind of limit I can get with a little rodent on this freezing cold August day. Put them in there, on there. From 2 feet to 6 feet to 10 feet. Heavier the cover, the better. They love it for security, especially if it got cold. And trust me, last night was freezing cold. First time with the sleeping bag on. Woo. Anyhow, regroup, set up again, and hopefully catch one that will eat that one. Let's see. All kinds of rocks here, boulders, weed edges, and all it is structure for fish. You know what? Even sometimes I see that brown weed. Don't look for always the perfect weed, cabbage, milfoil, whatever it is you're fishing, grass. Because if it's cover, you're fishing for bass, that's all it is. You know why they sit beside steel posts on a dock and stuff like that? Yes, I believe that they like that new green weed that's giving up oxygen, attracts minnows. Trust me, I fish a lot. I see a lot of minnows around brown weed. It's still, again, something that they relate to, and in turn, the bass relate to. If you can't find good green weed, hit the stuff that looks like it should be holding fish, or some kind of structure element. That's what they'll use. Don't always look for the perfect stuff. This is the stuff I'm talking about right here, like this. Look at it. It's like real sparse, soft grass. That's mixed in with the arrowheads, the pads and stuff, and it holds bait fish, and in turn holds a bass. So I'm gonna keep working this stuff, throwing into it, looking for some rocks, logs, but mostly shallow cover as well. Told you, that cold front, the water's finally warming up a bit. It'll just get them a little bit more active, but they'll still eat the little rodent. Oh yeah, look at that one. See, told you. Look, and the little rodent too, eh? Yeah, another nice one too. Look at that, thick fish. Find that little weed bed, and it's just like I'm throwing my little worms and stuff, but instead, a little baby rodent. When they grab it, you do not let it go. He's just a thick-bodied fish, isn't he? Beautiful looking fish. We'll let him go. Beautiful, healthy looking fish. Ready? Go on. See that? They're just not super aggressive. And when they're not, you got to do two things. Tone down or just go home.
Or just go home.
And going home is not an option. So tone it down a little bit. Put the bait into the thicker stuff. Weeds, rocks, docks, shallow edges, pads. You find small patches of weeds, small, from 2 feet to 6 feet of water. I don't care where it is. Smallmouth are like ghosts. They'll get in there. If the water's got a little bit of color like this particular lake has, they can be almost anywhere. Let's keep going. Now, when you find small weed patches, see how I'm fishing into the wind like this? I'm telling you, wind, do not curse it, especially for smallmouth. You can throw spinner baits and stuff, but I'm with the small rodent, but I'm pinpointing those little spots. So I'm gonna stay back from the little weed beds, pitch into them with the rodent, throw it up ahead a bit, let it fall, a little bit of a pendulum, so it's going down. The line is semi-taut. I can feel a bite. I can feel when they pick it up. So I'm just working it slow, find those small spots, staying back, making the pitches, lifting and dropping, waiting for that any weight, because I'm not feeling any ticks at all. It's just weight. They're not super aggressive. And when you get a little bit of weed on like that, you know you're in the right spot. Take the weed off, set up your bait. See how I got it just semi-weedless? The point just slowly buried, slightly, right in the plastic like that. Weight slides. Bait looks incredible in the water like a little perch. Let's keep going and see if we can get one here. See? Whoa, like a rocket. You see what I mean? You know there has to be like a rocket. Look how tough too, eh? Come here, you. Oh, nice brown fish too, eh? Look at him. You know what he was sitting in? the weed with the rocks, eh? Look where you grabbed it. Down. He was not going anywhere but in the boat. Look at that. See that? It's another solid smallmouth. All brown, sitting by the rocks on a rocky point. He sees my little rodent and he went like a rocket. Wow! Go on, you! Go on, I want to find your grandmother. I want to catch your grandmother. Catch her, look at her, kiss her, and let her go. Let's keep going. Let's try to get one more. Woo! Little creek entrances and stuff. You know what? No matter what it is, if it's got water, get whole bass like this. In these cold mornings. And these days when the water temperature drops. And you're pitching that little rodent out there. It's so soft and subtle, but you have to watch that little bow in your line. Don't take your eyes off it. Sometimes the fish pick it up on the drop. Your line will just shoot out. Or just be a small little shoot. Then you just tighten up the slack, reel back and hit them. Bouncing around. There we go. Bouncing it and shaking it. Because I'm shaking and baking, looking for that big one. Whoa. Look at that. That's a nice smallmouth, eh? Look at him. Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Wow, eh? Look how he's got that little rodent too. He meant it, didn't he? Wow. Look at that. That's a nice one right there. That's a nice fish. It's a picture fish. Let's put him in there. You see, when it's slow, calm. You got to work those fish methodically. You know, get in there, slowly work it, and just. I know it's cold out. My hands are cold and stuff. The sun's finally coming out and stuff. But there's a real chill in the air. Last time was down to 9 degrees or so. I don't know what it was, but too cold for August. Slow down. Find the things that those bass are going to sit in. Grass, weed, wood, rocks. So let's keep moving around, throw the little rodent around and hopefully get bit like that one a few more times. You know what? I'll tell you what it is. It's real simple. If you pick the right baits in the right locations, it gives me confidence. When I have confidence, I fish harder. I focus on what I'm doing. Every pitch, every cast. If I don't have confidence in the baits I'm using, my rod, reel, line, everything, all my equipment, I'm not focused. When I'm not focused, I'm going to miss bites. If you get only 10 bites a day, you're not focusing, and you miss 5, that's a lot of fish you can miss. When the fish are active and aggressive and stuff, that's one thing. But when they're not, cold and slow like this, focus, concentration with the right baits, and you're going to catch more fish. So I'm just shaking that. I'm not working it too hard. I'm just shaking it so they can see it. That's all I want to do. They can see the bait. That's all that matters to me. If they see it, they'll come over, put an effort in, and it's so small and salty, soft, tastes like coffee, they'll just come over. That coffee scent is incredible. Not only does it add scent, it removes scent. So you got something on your hands, it doesn't matter. That coffee scent will almost neutralize it. Fish love it. They grab it and they hold on. Come here, fishy, fishy. Where are you hiding? Oh boy, look at this one. Oh yeah. Look at him. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at him pull. Look at him go, eh? Psycho fish, man. Look how tough. One jump, that's all you get, eh? And in the boat. Oh, nice bass. Nice bass. Whoa, 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 look at that. That would have been a treat, eh? That's what happens when you're catching real nice, chunky smallmouth. Look how dark he is. That X-point just found this mark. Look at that. Grab them pliers. See down there on the side? Take the corner of the hook, bend it. Don't hurt the fish. Don't keep pulling the stuff. Picture fish with his friend? Yeah, let's do that. We'll let them all go. You see that. Look how dark he was. He was sitting in the weeds, but he scrapped nice. Playing the odds. You know what? Seriously, I know that there's two options I only have. I ain't gonna play around with all different kinds of baits. Stick with something that works. In this case, that little 3-inch baby rodent. But this weed bed, how do you leave it when you find it? Well, most people drive over it. You see your sonar, small little patch. It's about 3 feet wide, about 100 feet long. It's holding fish. Love it. See, you can't get discouraged. You get to the lake in the morning, it's cold, and there's fog because the water temperature is warmer than the air. You just gotta figure out what you wanna do. You wanna throw top waters and the water's cold like that? Sometimes it's not the best choice. Slow it down, get into the heavy stuff, smaller baits, tone it down a little bit, match your hook to the right size, sliding sinkers, everything smaller, lower profile than what you normally use, but put it in the same spots. Those fish have only one choice, to eat it. And you saw, they're doing it. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Let's find another big one. Just a really slow bite. They're just hanging around that weed. And it drives them nuts, seeing this little bait dancing around. There we go. See? What'd I say, huh? Come here, you. Just a chunk. Whoa, he's knocked that right in my face. Did you see that? Wow. Look how fat he is. Tell me he's not eating, hey? Is that why you're in that zombie state? Because you're all fat? Look at him. Look at that. Fat little belly. Gonna catch the whole little school that's sitting in this little weed bed. Look at him. Just a chunker. A fun fish to catch. I'm gonna show you his stomach. Look at this, hey? Look at him. Big fat belly, eh? Tubby. What have you been eating? Donuts or perch? Go on, get. Come here, fishy, fishy. Where are you hiding? Those arrowheads, little patches. The heavier, the better. If I've got 12 inches of water, that's more than enough for a big largemouth, or even these northern smallmouth. They live like largemouth in the same stuff. Pads, cane, arrowheads, grass, you name it, they live in it. They're a whole different breed of bass. Wind's picking up. I think I'm gonna try out some other spots here. I worked this weed bed first thing this morning after I caught a couple fish. Caught a bunch, missed a big one, caught a couple real good ones. And in the boat, oh, nice bass, nice bass. Overall, it's been a pretty good day. I'm just about done. But sometimes you get those little cold snaps and they can put a wrench in your fishing if you don't if you're not versatile and alternate your presentations and baits and stuff like that. You can be disappointed and go home and say, well, they weren't biting. Well, I'll tell you what, they're always biting somewhere. You just got to adapt, persevere, and you will catch. Simple as that. I mean, all the hiding spots, you get into the right hiding spots, and this is the kind of stuff you're gonna get right there. Look at that. See what I mean? Get into the trees, the pads, the weeds, everything it takes, and you're gonna catch them like this. That's a nice chunky bass, isn't it? Beautiful fish. And a great way for me to end this show on Extreme Angler. I tell you, it's been a blast. Is he a nice one? Let's let him go. Ready? Huh? You've been giving me some lot of fun. And that's how you do it. When it's cold and it's miserable. And you got a little shirt on, shorts, because you think it's still summer. Well, it is. Adapt, tone down, try the little baits like little rodents. And I guarantee you're gonna catch them too. Listen, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Extreme Angler TV. Whether it be topwater, spinnerbait, crankbait, twitch bait, you name it, or the little baby rodent. Thanks for watching. Fish hard, fish extreme. Just keep fishing. Snag Proof, the world's finest weedless lures. Fishoflage, for love of the sport. Daiichi, bleeding red hooks. catch us at extremeanglertv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.